Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we're going to make custom MDF name badges. My company makes a lot of custom name badges using a whole bunch of different materials, but I never actually made a complex badge, meaning the imagery was kind of complicated, with MDF. So I thought I'd make one of my own. This is my name badge, and I made two of them because if you see by the shine, this one is actually finished, this one is unfinished, and the reason why I didn't finish this one up is because this is the one that was not masked. Now what masking does, it saves me a lot of sanding time. It's like a paper mask that goes over the MDF in this case here, and what that does is all the dust and debris settles on that in the smoke, so that when I peel off the mask I have a clean surface. While if I didn't have it, it actually goes right onto the surface of the name badge made out of MDF. As you saw from the setup, it's pretty straightforward. I had half of the sheet that I was cutting the area from with the masking, the other half without, and the results look pretty good either way. Now it's a little bit hard to see because of the focus and the small size of this. So I actually made this out of 1/4 inch MDF. This is 1/8 or 3mm MDF, and you can get an idea of what the smoke pattern is like. Now just to give you an idea of the contrast, here's clean MDF. Here's after it's been smoked. So the name badge has exactly the same sort of pattern. It's just a lot smaller, more compact, so it's a little bit harder to see. Now you might say, well, MDF might make for a good cheap name badge. Actually it doesn't. The biggest problem with MDF is that if it gets wet, it just doubles in size and halves in value. And especially for networking, if you're drinking wine and beer and all that kind of stuff, you're invariably going to get some of that on the name badge, and it would start to disintegrate right on you. So I thought, well, why don't I just finish it and just see what happens? And that's how I did it. That's how you have that bit of a shine. It's a clear polyurethane on it. And to be honest with you, the results don't really look all that different, and it's really not worth doing that extra kind of work with material like MDF. Now, this is the same design that I use for my name badge, and this one here is a lamacoid. So if you're going to a networking event, which one do you think stands out more? Definitely the lamacoid. And the nice thing about the lamacoid is you get a whole bunch of different kinds of it. Again, exactly the same design, but a completely better result. It's pretty much weatherproof. Most networking events are inside, so UV doesn't really affect this whatsoever. It's easy to clean. I think I did this a year and a half, 2 years ago or so, and it still looks pretty new. And I had a lot of customers say, wow, that looks just like metal, and it does. The nice thing about lamacoids is you get them with a whole bunch of different color variations. So let's say you want it red on blue or blue and green and so forth. We can do that without having to use any paint, and we can do that without having to do any finishing for it as well. It's pretty much a one-step process. Now to add strength to it, you'll notice that it still has an MDF with a magnetic back. Now when it comes to cost, you might say, well, MDF is very cheap, basically worthless in a lot of people's opinions. and you have the lamacoid that's worth more money. Now, what do you think eats up most of the cost of making these name badges? It is not the material, it's the laser engraving that's happening on them. So you might save a little bit of money with the MDF, but you're going to have a product that with the MDF that just won't last. So that's why I'd always push a customer towards either stainless steel, anodized aluminum, anything but MDF when it comes to custom name badges. And the other thing to keep in mind with MDF, it's impossible to clean. So again, if you want a custom name badges, go with the lamacoid, go with the stainless steel, go with anodized aluminum, go even with Corian. Don't go with MDF. Now, another option here, this I did a little while ago, and this is acrylic. This is my other name badge I made a while back. And it's basically the same bottom part, I just added a bottle to the background of it. Now this here has actually been pretty durable, and it is acrylic, and the gold that you see there, that's actually just spray painted. So what I did is I had a mask over the acrylic, and I laser engraved off the mask, and that's where you spray paint the gold. Then you remove everything, and with the outline you have a really cool name badge. Now the only problem with acrylic is that it shatters. So if this falls on a cement floor, it's probably going to shatter on you and break. This falls on a cement floor, no big deal, you just pick it back up and stick it back onto you. So if you're looking for custom name badges, any material, any size, any shape, any design, any font, contact me at CNCKing.com and we'll make it for you.